their last 4 games, and it came in that lone loss. Here's a look at the tail of the tape between these two who met back in Week 7. Neither of those quarterbacks, Jacoby Brissett or Lamar Jackson, going to be starting in this one. Instead, it's going to be Huntley and Watson for you. Cleveland scored just 1 offensive touchdown with Watson in the starting quarterback position as he looks to continue to kick off the rust. Historically bad offense over these last 2 weeks. In Baltimore, winners in 6 of their last 7. The results are the only thing that matter, but has the play matched the W's in the column? We shall see here on Saturday. All right, let's add further intrigue with Sportsline analyst Emory Hunt. Emory, taking a look at this game, the numbers attached, my eyes immediately go to the total because of the offensive struggles on both sides. But let's start with a side here. The Browns, who have scored 1 offensive touchdown since the return of Deshaun Watson, are giving 3. Emory, where'd you make your number on this game and how you playing it off of it?
I'm glad you brought that up, Joe, is where you make this number. I would like it more at 4 or 3.5. So if you could buy it up, maybe it's at 3.5. That'll be perfect. So I'm taking the Ravens +3. What Baltimore does well, and probably better than any other team, is bring you down to their level and get you in the muck with them and have a big brawl all throughout the game. And I think that's how they're going to play this one. But I do feel like Baltimore can win games with their run game, defense, and special teams. To me, that has been the most consistent part of what they do well. They're actually getting better defensively, and they get David Ojabo back in this ball game. So I like them in this matchup +3, but I would definitely try to look for +3.5. or even 4.
Yeah, Lamar still dealing with that PCL, not available in this one, and really no bigger spot, and they're only going to get bigger as they're locked up right now. They do own the tiebreaker with the Bengals, but last place you want to be is in that AFC wildcard hunt. It is getting messy, and it will continue to be here in the coming weeks. Total situated at 39, Emory. Again, Ravens averaging just 16 points over their last 4 contests, the struggles with and without Lamar offensively. And then you got Cleveland, who frankly looked better with Brissett, but $250 million in guaranteed money will buy you some time, but I digress. Emory, how are you attacking the total in this one?
Yeah, the total was where I went early in the week when it was 37, and now you see it at 39, so you definitely want to take the under. You're right. It's about an inconsistent, sputtering offense of Baltimore, an inconsistent, sputtering offense of Cleveland, breaking in a new quarterback midway through the season, going up against a very good defense in Baltimore that's going to be loading up to stop the run and try to force Deshaun Watson to get back into a groove. And historically, I know it's different franchises, but Deshaun has struggled against a Ravens defense. Again, I know that was a different franchise. I also know that was a different defensive coordinator, but a lot of the personnel still remains the same. And I still see this one being a very low-scoring defensive ball game. Both teams trying to get out of there healthy enough to continue on their playoff push. So I like the under hit very well.
Yeah, I like that as well. We should have known. My guy out here in 50 Shades of Purple. It's Ravens and the under for our Emory Hunt. Let's go back to the board here. Ravens top prop takes you where, Emory?
It takes me to the backfield, obviously, bias. But I look at J.K. Dobbins, and yeah, that long run he had, we clearly see he's not 100%. I remember what that looks like because I was that guy my junior year trying to run just fresh off an ACL injury, and it looked just like that. So he's going to get healthier as it goes on, but this number to me is still ridiculously low with how much I expect them to run the football. So look for him to go over 48.5 yards rushing. I feel like that's 1.5 chunk plays for him. He'll get that number today against the Browns.
We always try and situate these plays within our game script, and low scoring is expected here, so we go run game there. Where are we going when it comes to a Browns player prop?
Another low number. I feel like the one option that you have to worry about if you're Baltimore and the guy that just seems to find open grass is Emory Cooper, the wide receiver. So him going over 56.5 yards receiving, to me, is an easy play. That's an easy number for him to hit, especially when you think about someone like Marcus Peters that tends to be fascinated with what goes on in the backfield. So he'll find himself on a double move, keep an eye out for Deshaun Watson. Meanwhile, Cooper is streaking down the sideline right past him. I like one busted coverage, big play for Cooper. I think he goes over this number as well.
All right, and that's how he sees this matchup. Emory Hunt, we appreciate you as always. Taking a look at those plays once again. Emory's going to give you the Ravens catching the points here. If we get a better number, maybe take time, wait on that number, hold, and then buy if we can get a hook. An extra one on the Ravens side here. Under 39.5 is where he sees this matchup as well. I see it the same way. J.K. Dobbins, we're going to play him over his 48.5 rushing yards because they're going to be toting that rock. Amari Cooper, always good for 1 or 2 long ones. Got to mix in some dink and dunk underneath to hit that 56.5. He's going to play it over that number.
Do you want a sports network that delivers everything that matters about the game? The highlights, the picks, the instant analysis, no yelling, no fake debates, no politics. Hit the subscribe button and never miss a moment.